grr, anger. That emotion, that we so often want to neglect or shove down or push aside or pretend we don't have, or that we really feel super uncomfortable about. I want to tell you it's okay to be angry. It's okay. Your anger is okay. It is here to serve you. And I say this because, well, it's been showing up quite a bit lately in my week. But even in a phone call that I had recently with a friend, this anger crept up out of what felt like nowhere, but I was feeling myself increasingly angry in this conversation. And instead of reacting out of this anger like I had done in my early 20s and can still do, because as we know, we're human and we're imperfect, but I took this moment to reflect on my anger and reiterate to myself what it is that I've been telling my 5-year-old, that it's okay to be angry, but it's what we do with it that matters. And so I asked myself this very briefly during this phone call as I felt my anger beginning to steep, and I realized that I was feeling out of alignment in being honored with my voice, that I was not being heard, but rather being hushed and told that my theories, my ideas, my perspective weren't the right way. And I felt hushed, and in that hushing, I felt anger. And my anger showed up to serve me, one, in the desire to have my voice heard, but also in acknowledging that in wanting my voice to be heard, I wasn't being a good friend and I wasn't listening truly and deeply to what it is my friend was there to bless me within this call. And so I took the moment to then use my ears instead of my mouth and listen to what it was my friend had to say, and to fully acknowledge what it is that they had for me. And in that, and being able to acknowledge them, and allowing my anger to turn to acknowledgement, which then turned to gratitude, I was able to turn my anger around and allow it to serve me, and being able to take on the blessing that my friend was so willingly and happily taking their time to offer. And this is something that I also have to practice with my 5-year-old, is that it's okay to be angry, because mommy screws up a lot. I'm an imperfect human being and I'm going to screw up. But it's what she does with it that matters. And even for me as a mother, trying to put my daughter down and her trying to take 3 hours to go to sleep like she did when she was an infant, I can easily feel those tinglings of anger and frustration creep back in. And had I not been attuned to that, I would have missed out that what my daughter was really seeking and craving is being present. And my anger showed up because I wasn't being in alignment with being present to where I am and allowing myself to be honored in being fully present. And in not allowing myself to be honored that way, I was missing out on being present with my daughter. And her frustration was towards me, was because I simply wasn't allowing her to be honored and being acknowledged and loved and spent time with. And so I just want to encourage you to see your anger as a beautiful thing, because anger is okay. Like I said at the beginning of the video, anger is here to serve us, just like any of our other emotions are here to serve us, so is anger. So I just want to encourage you going through this next week and the weeks to come, that every time you feel your anger creep back in, take a moment, take a deep breath and ask yourself, what is it you are here to serve me with? Maybe it's being present, maybe it's slowing down, maybe it's listening, maybe it's acknowledging, maybe it's being heard and allowing you the opportunity to use your voice. But whatever it is that anger is there to serve you with, I want to encourage you to allow it to serve you, to thank it for its time and its presence and what it had to offer. Because your anger, if you allow it, can be a very powerful tool to your next step in your success in your journey. If this video has been impactful for you, please press like below and share it with a friend. This may also inspire. I'd love to invite you to like any one of my social media pages, Facebook, Instagram, or even Twitter. I'd love to connect with you on any one of those platforms that serves best for you. And as always, my friend, until next time, in love and light.